What's happening, S2S fam? Listen, as a part of your success journey, you've got to ensure that your body is operating at its peak. And that's where Organifi comes into play, your ultimate ally in the quest for optimum health. Think about it. How often do you find yourselves on the go, struggling to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Organifi has cracked the code with their lineup of superfood blends, making it a breeze to get the nutrients your body craves. And guess what? They've got an array of supplements designed to cater to your unique needs, from peak power that helps with mental focus to protein shakes that help build your muscle and everything in between. Y'all know how often we travel, right? And consistency, especially in your diet, is really, really tough. But no more, guys. The convenience of the superfood blends is a game changer. No more sacrificing nutrition for a hectic schedule. Organifi has you covered. Here's the exciting part. When you visit Organifi.com/success, you not only gain access to their fantastic range of supplements, but also snag an exclusive 20% off your order. Yes, 20% off just for being a part of the Secret to Success community. Whether it's their green juice, red juice, gold, Organifi has something to elevate every aspect of your well-being. So S2S enthusiasts, take charge of your health journey. Head to Organifi.com/success now and enjoy 20% off your order. That's Organifi.com/success. Elevate your success with Organifi, because when your body is thriving, so is your journey to success. Here's to your health, prosperity, and reaching new heights in 2024.
I just want to say to somebody out there that a missed call is not, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That a missed call is not to your demise. That the missed call is going to set you up for success. I want you to know that. That divorce is about to set you up for success. That miscarriage is about to set you up for success. The failed bar exam about to set you up for success. I just want you to know that while the enemy thought that by making that situation happen, that he was going to give you the L actually turned into a W.
You ready? All right.
What's going on, world? Welcome to a special, and I mean groundbreaking, years in the making edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined by Douglas, E.T., the hip-hop preacher, Detroit's finest, should I say. We did it.
We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. Man, listen, if you've been listening to this podcast for the last 8 years, I know
you've heard the struggle.
Some of you have been listening since the very beginning. You know that myself, E.T., we diehard Lions fans, man. We ride with them, and we lost a lot over the years. I'm 41, and on Sunday something magical happened. I know what you're thinking. You like, see, the Super Bowl ain't even happened yet. No, it's not the Super Bowl. I know what you're thinking. The NFC Championship didn't even It's not the NFC Championship. The Lions, for the second time in my life, I'm 41, y'all.
And mine.
And E's. Believe it or not.
I'm 53.
E53, y'all, won a playoff game on Sunday night.
Isn't that crazy?
Thrilling fashion over Matt Stafford, our old quarterback. The entire world watched it. It was I saw it was the highest rated game since like one of the Super Bowls, bro.
Yeah, no question. It had to be. It had to be.
Just an insane moment. If you caught it on IG, and shout out to the Patreon fam. I think I posted in there too. I couldn't contain myself. I jumped in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you had to. See?
Just overjoyed. Marcus actually dared me. Shout out to Marcus from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it was the only thing to do, man. It was the only right thing to do was jump in the pool.
Me, he said, hey, man, if y'all win, you got to jump in the pool, but I'll jump with you. And it's not warm in Atlanta, so I paid for that, man. But just a thrilling, exciting game. I don't even know. Where did you watch it, and what was your feelings, bro?
So let me be honest with you. I watched it in the bed. Right? I watched it in the bed because it's still past my bedtime.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. Oh, for
It
sure.
came on like 8:15, 8:30.
Yep.
Right? C, honestly, I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it, see?
Yeah.
And I couldn't enjoy it because I didn't know, first of all, I didn't know which Lions team was going to show up. You feel me? Like, I was like, man, here we go again. And number two, like, I just couldn't have my heart broke twice. So
What was the first time?
When the Lions went to the NFC Championship and lost to the Washington Redskins.
Oh, in 1991.
Bruh. And so, you know, fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, straight up.
Fool me twice, shame on you.
So how did you watch it, though? Like, be honest. Like, I watched it. Maul was here. Of course, we had the Next Level Speakers Conference, which was phenomenal. I left there, got home just in time for kickoff. You know, we watched it at the crib, had some people over, some snacks, some wings, some pizza, and the whole crew just watched it. It was an incredible vibe, although, you know, my wife and a couple of the other people who weren't super interested in the game started talking over the game, so I went and sat outside, bruh. It was freezing, but I was like, I need to hear.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just watch. I need to hear the commentary.
Yeah.
And so,
no, I went to bed. It was just me and Didi. And
did
honestly,
Didi watch the game with you?
Yeah. Didi like more into basketball because she can understand it. Football, she like, yo, I don't really know. I ain't really sure what's going on when it comes to football. Talk to me, D. You didn't watch it? Oh, hold up. Okay.
Come on, D.
Go ahead and be truthful, Douglas.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Go ahead and be truthful.
Okay, get in the mic.
What happened, D? Tell the truth.
Woo! Just because it's snow on the roof don't mean it ain't fire in the fireplace. Yeah.
Grown man give.
Yeah.
So you missed the first half.
Pretty much.
Okay. She said you're asking too many questions.
Oh, okay. My bad. Overstep.
But see, I did say I was in the bed watching it.
You did. It was
did.
on. It was on.
Yeah.
It might have been watching you.
Yeah. No. But I did. We did concentrate on the first half.
Okay.
What she talking about is halftime.
Yeah, you had a lot of anxiety. You had to release some stress.
So then second half, just to be honest, I was so nervous. I think that's what it was. I fell asleep. All right. So then I woke up the fourth quarter, 24-23, or is it 24-25?
No, I think it was 24-23. I think
24-23. So I woke up when I was like, ooh, if we score right here, game over. You feel me? We got to score right here and then game over. Right? And they went 3 and out.
Yep.
And I was like, here we go again. Deja
Stafford
vu.
about to come down the field, score with no time left on the clock. And we going
deja
home.
vu whenever I'm with you. And so then Stafford got it, and I was like, Lord have mercy. And then Stafford, hey, let me just say this to those of you who are listening. You know, just in case you're not a Lions fan or you're not a football fan, you're a fan of the podcast. I just want to say two things to you real quick. I want to say the first one is that you have to understand the point that we were trying to make and make the connection. We were so excited because we waited so long.
Yeah.
Right? So understand, if you're watching, that it may not take you the time frame you think it's going to take you, but because it doesn't happen in the time frame that you think it should happen, you got to still keep playing and showing up every season. You know, and that's what the Lions have done. Look, just in case y'all don't know, there are other teams that they didn't do as bad as we've done over the years, but the city, the owners, you know, the players got so frustrated that they went to a different city. We never bailed. Now, we might have went from Pontiac to downtown Detroit, you know what I'm saying? But we never bailed. We never sold a team. You know what I'm saying? We never went to another city. We stayed in Detroit. We stuck with it. So that's what really made it so special. Everybody was fat. I don't know if it brought the Fab Five back together or not, but I saw the Fab Five is back together. You know what I'm saying? I saw the Fab Five back together. So I do want to encourage you. It's taking longer than what you should think. You know, don't give up. You know, and you may have to go through a couple coaches, but you can see with the Lions, we finally found a fit. You know, we finally found a quarterback. You know, we finally found, you know, a running backs. We finally receivers. And I'm not saying we didn't have a good one before. It just, everything didn't line up. What hit me about the game was, wow, finally, everything is lining up for us. Like, finally, we there. So I do want to encourage those of you who are podcast listeners only, right? And then thank y'all who are not Lion fans, but you was rooting for us. I got the DMs.
I got a lot of that.
I got the calls. Yeah, I got the text.
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fool with the Lions like that, but, man, I've been hearing y'all year after year, hoping it was your year, hoping y'all was going to win, and so I'm pulling for y'all. And that meant a lot. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
I guess, you know, to your point, obviously, you know, we don't do a sports podcast, but, you know, we would be remiss that, come on, y'all, it's been 32 years. You know what I'm saying? So we had to get that out. But one of the things, that, you know, around here, well, I say here, I live obviously in the South now, but when, you know, in Michigan, we have a term, and I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with it, but it's called S.O.L. And what it stands for is Same Old Lions. And I can remember, bro, vividly, like, I was young.
Oh, I thought it meant something else. I thought it meant my bad.
I mean, it does. It means that, too. We're going to keep it G-rated for the pod, but it stands for Same Old Lions. And I promise you, that term has been around forever.
Yeah.
And what the term means is we just find a way to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how, and again, this ain't to bring up no controversy from the Dallas game, but we had a game a few weeks ago where, bro, we won the game. Game was over. It was like 10 seconds left on the clock. We celebrating, and they came back like, oh, no, it's a flag. Y'all didn't win, and we lost the game. You know, and that kind of spirit kind of creeps into you, like, here we go again. The Calvin Johnson game where he caught the ball, stood up to celebrate, and they said, oh, he didn't complete the catch. You know, the game in Dallas where, you know, the pass interference flag get picked up. We used to find ways to lose. Like, it was crazy. I can't even explain it, but it would be like the most astronomical, crazy, never seen before in the NFL. Got to adopt the rule change. Used to come into play every single time. I'll be honest with you, it started to become a self-fulfilling prophecy in many ways. What I was about to tell you is I can remember my AAU basketball team. We got sponsored, and I guess one of our sponsors gave like the whole team Lions tickets. I'll never forget my boy Jay, who was on my hoop squad. His dad went with us. Bruh, we went to the game. We must have been in about 6th, 7th grade. First game of the season, I believe we were playing the Falcons. And like the first play of the season, my man from the Lions, I don't remember who the quarterback was at that time, Scott Mitchell, I don't know, threw a
Rodney
pick.
P.
And I remember my homeboy Jay, dad turned around and said, same old Lions.
Yeah.
First play of the season.
Andre Ware.
Bruh, Andre Ware.
Rodney
and I just
P.
remember being like, my whole life, like, they were the lovable losers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so what we want to talk about is for those of you who feel like, man, I'm losing. And just like winning kind of creates a culture, so does losing. And it could be hard to get out of that and get that momentum. And you alluded to it, but I want to talk to people who, for real, you feel like, man, like same old insert name, same old John, same old, you know, Tasha, same old whoever,
Deontay.
Your last name, whatever, if your family lineage has been bad, same old Johnson family, same old.
Yeah.
You have to work to get yourself out of that rut. And it's crazy because there was a time when I felt like, man, why are we losing, right? I'm looking around at other motivational speakers. I'm looking around at other personal development companies, and I'm going, man, how they doing it? How come they got this? And how come they got that? And we had to find a way to start winning. And I promise you, Ian, I'll let you speak to it. When you start to find a way to win, it becomes contagious. Like you could feel it in the city. Like the Lions winning been inspiring the city. It's not like now everybody catching the fire. So talk about some of the aspects to go from that losing culture. Maybe it's your finances, your fitness, what Maul say, faith, freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like family, those areas, those pillars, as Maul calls them. If you're losing in one or more of those areas,
you lost.
How can we start to reverse that?
Yeah, you know what? I think the first thing we have to do, and I mean this with all my heart, and I don't want y'all to be like, oh, they on that manifesto stuff, the destiny manifestation. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm so proud of my son. Of course, shout out to Train, Sam, Coach Bogan and the squad. I saw Ernie and Vanessa. I saw Francisco. They're all out there. It was others, but they're all out there in Puerto Rico for our School Days Exposure Program. Shout out to all the kids that are out there. But Jalen's out there doing videography and photography. And Jalen hit me, man. I'm gonna ask Carl if he can post it at some point. But he sent me a video, bro, about a doctor who talked about how prayer is really, it's like scientifically it's been proven that prayer, changes things. Not on no grandma said prayer changes things, but they've done studies and shown that prayer allows you to tap into, the divine, aspect. And what they showed was prayer allows you to focus on what could be as opposed to what is. And by focusing on what could be, it shifts everything, right? So I believe even when Jay sent something and he said, Dad, is called the science of skyology or skyology. Skyology is how you pronounce it.
Okay.
And what it says, is that when you look up, you have the ability, no matter what state you're in, to calm yourself. And it said what happens when you look in the sky and you see how vast the world is, and you look at the clouds and the color, that is literally a calming tool. And I was like, yo, that's crazy, because just the term itself, what skyology does is that it requires you to look up. You feel me? Like, it requires you to look up. And they were saying when you look up, you're no longer focusing on what you were focusing on when you're looking down. So just looking into the sky itself changes your attitude, changes your disposition. And then when you drop prayer in there, that scripture says, I will look to the hills from which cometh my help coming from the Lord. When you look up and you pray, you're looking into the future, and you're actually, by thinking about it, you get it. So why am I saying that? You missed what C said. When we were losing, we were trying to figure out why we weren't winners. So we started focusing on winners. So we started studying other winners. We started reading the books of other winners. We started going to like we was at Michigan State University. So we started going to games. Coach Izzo taking us to the Final Four. like we playing against Duke. We playing against the Floridas. We playing against the Kansases. Like, we playing some squads. And now we going to games, y'all. We watching the game. And we're seeing, wow, somebody from where we from, there's a program here that's winning, right? Now we watching the Final Four. I'm sorry, I should say, we're watching the road to the Final Four, and all of a sudden, we making it out of the 64. And now all of a sudden, we in the 32. And then all of a sudden, we in the Sweet 16. And all of a sudden, we in the Elite 8. And look, y'all got to live in East Lansing. When we make the Final Four, I promise you, you go outside, ain't nobody outside when the game come on. I'm talking about ain't no cars on the freeway. Why? Everybody's in the house watching winning. Like, some kind of way, Detroit, I don't know if Detroit will be on Sunday. Cars still everywhere. When Michigan State was in the road to the Final Four, then when Coach D'Antonio was there, bro, we were there. Michigan State going up against Michigan and winning, going up against Ohio State winning. We in the Big Ten. I was there in Indianapolis. I watched us go to the Rose Bowl. Like I was a part of that. And so we literally start surrounding ourselves with winners. Y'all got to hear what I'm saying. Like we sought out, okay, in our environment, right here in Lansing, where we going to find some winners at? Like, ooh, Coach Izzo, ooh, Coach D'Antonio. And we actually position ourselves. They would bring in certain celebrity speakers. Man, we going to the conferences. You know what I'm saying? Like, they bringing in the Lion King. We right there. I'm saying, I don't even go to that stuff no more. They had the Lion King at the Warden Center. We at the Warden Center to see the Lion King. Why? Because it was the number one, whatever. I'm trying to tell y'all, we start thinking like winners. We start identifying ourselves as winners. We start going in the environments that were winners. And we just kept telling ourselves, we gonna do it. And y'all know what happened? Even before y'all said we was number one, y'all might think there's no cap. And I don't even use that term. That's how you know I'm serious. There's no cap. We became famous and saw as winners on campus. Yeah. People would see us on campus. We'd go into the cafeteria and they'd be like, ooh, there go E, there go C, there go Carl. Like they saw, like on campus, we go to the games and people at the game would be looking at us like, yo, there they go. And we wasn't nowhere near where we are now, but we were literally East Lansing famous. And I'm feeling myself. We start feeling ourselves and not on no cockiness, but we start believing like, hold up, they think we number one. We going to schools. Coach Bogan got them players before we get there. Like, yo, she was one of, when we went to the States, CJ was one of I've been knowing ET said, bro, we come on campus, a Sexton, they thinking we somebody. We up at Everett. Them kids think, and so we literally became winners right here in Lansing. And then we knew then, we tasted it.
This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. As we dive into 2024, let's flip the script on the whole New Year, New You mantra. Instead of focusing on what we want to change, let's celebrate what we're already crushing in our lives. Maybe you've tackled some organization at home or started those daily supplements. The key is to build on what's working for you. But let's be real, we all have areas where a little extra support could make a big difference. And that's where our sponsor comes in. This show is proudly sponsored by BetterHelp. And I know there's all this taboo around therapy, but listen to me very carefully. It's not just for those who've been through major trauma. It's a tool for everyone looking to enhance their lives. Therapy helps you to discover your strengths, learn positive coping skills, and set healthy boundaries. It's about empowering yourself to be the best version of you. And if you're considering therapy or looking to make a change, why not give BetterHelp a try? The best part? It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and tailored to your schedule. With BetterHelp, you can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. And here's the game changer, y'all. You can switch therapists at any time at no additional cost. Celebrate the progress you've made. Visit betterhelp.com/success today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/success. All right, so this one is for all my foodies out there. If you're ready to make 2024 your most delicious year yet, listen up because I've got a game changer for you. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Now imagine this: farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and chef-curated recipes delivered right to your doorstep. With HelloFresh, you can skip those tedious trips to the grocery store and make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Whether your resolution is to save money, eat better, or stress less, HelloFresh is here to help you do all three. Say hello to your most delicious year yet with fresh ingredients and chef-curated recipes at a price that you'll like, and they're delivered right to your door. And here's the magic. Each HelloFresh box is packed with farm-fresh ingredients, and everything arrives pre-portioned right to your doorstep for less hassle and less wasted food. Now, if you're anything like me and recipe boredom is a real thing, fear not. HelloFresh has more options than ever before. Dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 dinner options to choose from weekly and even more market add-on items that suit any lifestyle. And for those hectic nights when your schedule is packed, HelloFresh has your back with their quick and easy meals, including 15-minute recipes designed to minimize mealtime stress. Cooking has never been this convenient. I think the dopest part for me with HelloFresh is the fact that my family gets to cook it together, guys. Like literally, my kids are cutting up the onions, scallions, like they're all a part of the process. We're talking together. All right, so in addition to obviously my family being, able to cook together, my kids being a part of the process, one of the things that I really love about HelloFresh is the ease of just making it fit your schedule. The guys, we travel a lot. Right? So if I'm gone the next week, the next 2 weeks, it's as simple as pausing my subscription and simply restarting it when I get back. It's that simple, guys. So listen to me carefully. Go to HelloFresh.com/success-free and use the same code success-free for a free breakfast for life. You heard me correctly. Free breakfast for life. There'll be one breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. So that's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/success-free and use the same promo code success-free. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Yeah, I want to say this, man. As I look at what's unfolded in Detroit right now and the lessons that I want y'all to take away from it, and you got to feel me on this. We finally got the right coach to fit the value system of what we was trying to do.
Yeah.
All right, so let me take my time real quick with this, but, we had – y'all might think like, all right, the Lions been sorry for so long, they probably had some bad coaches. Well, not necessarily. So the last regime, we literally took the coach and the general manager from the New England Patriots, who at the time had won about 10 Super Bowls in a row. And what happened was we tried to adopt the philosophy of the New England Patriots.
That's right.
A team out of Boston that don't identify nothing with what we got in Detroit.
Come on.
It couldn't be two different words. If you ever been to Boston and then you ever been to Detroit,
Harvard,
they don't look nothing alike.
And Ford Motor Company, Harvard and GM, Harvard and Christ.
And GM, the big three.
Come on.
Our city, our fan base, our spirit, everything we embody is blue collar.
Yeah.
You've heard E and I talk about it for years on the podcast. My father worked at General Motors. My mother at CVS Pharmacy. E, mom, and dad both worked at the plant, Ford and GM. Yeah. We come from you only go to Michigan for a certain number of reasons, and the plant is the first one. Yeah, and so we embody a blue collar spirit. That's just how we get down. I'm not no disrespect to Boston. I'm sure y'all got some blue collar stuff too, but the city is prided off that. So it never worked when we had the Patriots coach, GM, and we had some of their players come over. It never really fit. But what happened was with Dan Campbell, we got somebody who believed in the city and the spirit and got the team to embody what we were trying to do. So if you look at anything on the Lions the last few years, the #1 word used from our coach, it's plastered all over the building, it's on every shirt, is grit. All right? The word grit.
Talk that talk, George.
What's grit? Grit is just that work ethic, that dog, right? And he embraced that and embraced the city. Now, why am I telling you this? Some of you have failed because you went and got a coach who don't embody your value system.
Yeah.
Because you saw him on Instagram with a Lamborghini.
That's good.
And so you went, ooh, they can teach me how to
get a Lamborghini.
That may not be your value system.
That's right.
You're learning from somebody who doesn't embody what you embody.
That's right. And it don't mean nothing wrong with what they embody. They just don't embody what you embody.
I just told you, New England won a bunch of rings.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping on New England. Go win your rings the way you win your rings. But you need to find out specifically what type of coach do I need based on my value system. So the first thing you really need to do is know who you are. Because some of y'all got coaches, and your coach can't help you if you don't know who you are. Okay, I'm going to say that slower because I feel like that might go over some people's heads.
Yeah, they didn't catch it in the back.
I can't coach you to a certain destination if you don't know who you are and where you want to go. So you need to take an inventory of self. What do you believe in? What are your value systems? What do you really deep down, what do you embody as a person, as a soul, as a spirit? And then when you find out what that is, then you can look to somebody. So for me, let me just say this. All right, because one thing I hate is when we come on here and people say, that was theory, how do I apply it to my life? I keep telling y'all, I did not know I needed an ET in my life. Now, y'all might be saying, oh, okay, like, how could you not know you need ET? Y'all looking at ET now, famous, celebrity, love the people, everything. I'm talking about the day I met E and we got close, I didn't understand why I needed E because I hadn't done an inventory of self. I was already confident. He'll tell you. I don't know if E ever gave me no more confidence than I already had. I don't know if he ever made me more of a pilot than I already was. But I hadn't done the internal work to go, okay, what do I need? You know what? I never really had anybody talk to me about that entrepreneurial spirit. Believe it, listen, y'all, I'm telling you, I come from Detroit. I had never heard of Tony Robbins a day in my life when I met E. I never heard of Les Brown. Shout out to Maul. Maul was going to Les Brown conferences 20 years ago. I ain't know nothing about Les Brown. I'm just being real. I come from Detroit, Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, where all we do is talk about blue-collar stuff. When nobody talking about personal development and how to get to the next level and make your life amazing, that wasn't what we was on. So I didn't even know when I met E what I needed. E was the first person I ever heard say multimillionaires got 7 streams of income. He was the first person I ever met that said, yo, we got to have a passive income stream. As long as we got to get up to make every dollar, we never going to be successful because we got to work for it and we need to be making money while we sleep. I never heard any of that talk. And so when I took an inventory and go, oh, okay, this is why I need E as my coach. This is what I'm missing right now in my life because my dad did the greatest job you can do as a father. I had character. I knew how to take care of my family. I knew how to treat women. I knew to love God. I knew all of those things. But there were things that I was missing in my life that wasn't allowing for the type of wins that I needed until I met the right coach. And when I met the right coach who embodied my value system, I was able to go to a whole nother level. I'm not sitting here telling you that I would be the CJ that I am today had I not met ET and said, okay, here's somebody who's further along than I am, who's already doing what I would love to do. Let me sit at his feet and find out how to get to the next level. And many of you, you don't value coaching. You think you do. You don't really value it. You just go out and say you got a coach because it sounds cool. Oh, I got a coach. I signed up for this program. I signed up for that program. No. Sit down and do an inventory of your life and go, okay, here's the things I'm strong at. Here's the things I'm missing. And then find a coach who can pour into that. And that's what happened with Detroit. We found a coach who fit the value system. My man, a hard worker. Let me tell you something, E. It's so crazy. The reason I knew we was going to be all right after that Cowboy game, because in the past, S.O.L, same old Lions, when we got robbed on a call, we lost the game, and it was over. And guess what we did at the press conference? And guess what we did in the newspaper? And guess what the fans did for the next 6 months till football season start again? We got cheated. We got robbed. I was listening to the radio. I was up there, E, after the last game, and I was listening to the radio, just driving around listening to the sports talk. And the radio show host, I guess Tuesdays, does an interview with Jared Goff, our starting quarterback. And he said, man, we all saw what happened. The Cowboy, I'm talking about Stephen A. talking about it. Everybody like, the Lions got robbed. Finally, they saying we got robbed. Whole world saying we got robbed. They said Jared Goff is here with us on 97.1 The Ticket. Jared Goff, how you doing? It's good, man. So let's get right to it. We saw the call. Bro, y'all got robbed. That was crazy. How you feeling about it? My man said, I'd rather not talk about it right now. We on to the next game. I said, wait, what?
Yeah, that's different.
I'm ready for him to be like, yo, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why the Lions always getting treated like this.
Yeah.
My man moved on. And many of you, you've been wronged in the past. We got cheated.
Yeah.
Flat out. Like, it was wrong. But if you sit there and you continue to go, that was wrong, and you focusing on what's behind you, it's impossible to press towards your next goal. And so that's what I had to do. There was a time, many of you have heard us talk about the bank situation. There was a time when a dude promised us that, hey, I'm going to look out. I got millions of dollars coming. All y'all got to do is do what y'all do. I'm going to look out. 3 days before the event, we supposed to raise all this money. My man ghosted us. Never heard from him again. And you know what I did? I went to same old Lions. I went, bruh. The day my man ghosted us and his secretary called us back and said, yeah, he changed his mind. We had all of this set. Bro, I was about to go to the house. I'm for real. He was like, where you going? I was like, bro, I'm about to go home. It's 1 o'clock. I'm to the crib. And he was like, to the crib? And I said, yeah, like, I'm about to go home. I'm pissed, bro. I'm about to go get something to eat and go cry in the bed.
Yeah.
And he said, you better not. He said, bro, he didn't make us. He ain't going to break us. We pressing towards. And so he had that mindset that I needed. We went back to the office and got busy. And I promise you, by the time I woke up the next day, it wasn't even on my mind. But I had the right type of coach and the right type of mentality to take me to that next level. And many of you, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have a community, you don't have a coach, and you don't have a system. So when we get on this podcast and tell you to sign up for 365 and daily devotionals, to get coaching, to listen to E, to get on the line every day, it's not so we can make money. It's so you can go to the next level and we can provide you with the type of coaching that you need. For those of you who are into that, for those of you who say they embody my value system, family, faith, finances, freedom, right? For those of you who say, I want to be in that number. I love what Jamal talks about. I love what Carl talks about. E, my guy. There's a reason we want you to join us, because we understand there's so much garbage out there in the wrong type of coaching. And many of you have gotten the wrong type of coaching. And you look up and you go, how come I'm not further than I should, that I thought I would be? How come I'm not on the next level? How come my finances don't look like that? How come my fitness don't look like, I'm not trying to be funny. Bruh, we check in on each other's fitness goals. In our community, we pray. And we don't make it, we don't try to hide that. In our community, we really tap in on how you doing with your family. We really tap in on your finances. Are you handling your business? We really checking up on people. I was coaching somebody earlier, E, and I was like, okay, how much money you making? I don't got time to play. I'm not trying to be in your business. Do you want the right coaching or not?
Right.
How much money do you need to make? How much does it cost to be you? That's a question I had to ask him. Okay, it costs this much. How much are you making now? What are you doing? I'm not trying to be in your business. We're holding each other accountable. And I think that level of coaching, E, when you get that level of coaching, when you get the same value systems, you can go to a whole nother level.
Yeah, you know what's crazy what you just said? You said it, C. You know what I'm saying? You said it. I just know, like you said, you got to make it, you got to do the practical part so people get it. You feel me? Dan Campbell can coach the Detroit Lions because he played for the Detroit Lions. Now, look, I'm not 100% sure, but if he wasn't in the exact year, it was around a year with the 0-16 team. I wish we could do our homework. Some Lion fan out there, you already know the answer to that. Answer that for me. But
I can tell you we didn't win a playoff game when he was there.
Okay,
I can tell you that for sure.
So not only did he bring a knowledge of football, he brought a knowledge of the struggle. He had been in the struggle. He had experienced that exact struggle with that exact team. He had been in the culture. He had been around the wrong, let's just say, chemistry, right? And so I think what makes us dope is that we are them. So let me tell you why I did 365. I actually did 365 because we were doing the Advantage program. We was doing that, once a week, right?
Yep.
Then we was doing church once a week.
Yep.
Then we started doing Thank God It's Monday once a week. But then we really started popping when we started releasing a video a day.
Yep.
You feel me? When we got to the point where we started doing a video a day, I saw the shift in the number of people that followed us. And I understood that, whoa, okay, they responded in a way they weren't responding. How do I say this, C? Because I want to make it make sense. They are starting to respond to us in a way they never responded before because they're getting every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, And so they're getting almost 360 days of us. So, that's why it's moving the needle, because it's not once a week. It's every work day. I got it. So then I start saying, okay, so then if that is where the needle is moving, why are we doing programs that are not every day? So we went away from our values trying to go with the industry standard. So it was like, hold up, we got to fix this. So listen to me, y'all. I literally went, we got to do this 365-day program. We got to do it every day because this is what moves the needle. So I just want y'all to know, as I was listening to my DMs, as I was listening to you, like the Lions, y'all kept saying, coach me. Can y'all coach us, please? You just throwing up videos. We got to ask questions. We need to get this energy every day. So I was like, got it. Every single day, 365, January 1st, all the way to December 31st, there's an entry, there's an audio book, there is a journal so that we can make sure that you have your future goals, like Maul said, faith, finance, family, fitness, freedom, and you're doing it every day. Because man, y'all, I got a furniture store I use here. Listen to me. I got a furniture store that I go to. I haven't been since COVID. And I went in today. Older gentleman was there, but the dude that worked there primarily, he wasn't there. Just before we left, he came in. On life. I saw the dude and was like, it looked like him. He about 6'3". It looked like it's him in terms of height, but it don't look like him. Something's wrong. He wore 365 pounds. My man now 215. And I said to my man, what's up? What happened? He said, bruh, you told me you was a motivational speaker when you came in. I didn't know who you were. I've been listening to you every day since then. He said, he said, I've been running every single day for a couple years now. And I said, oh, that's crazy. That's how you lost the weight? I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. It's cold outside. You run outside, what you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna hit the treadmill. I said, oh, okay, like, how long you gonna do this? He said, I'm about to run a marathon. I said, you think you can run a marathon? He said, yeah, I think so. I told you I've been running every day. I haven't missed a day in over 2 years. And so I was like, oh, okay, you don't think you need to get no rest? He was like, yeah, I do think I need to get some, but I'm afraid to stop. He said he was afraid to stop, see? He said it took me so long to get started, and now that I got started, I can't stop, but I'm afraid if I stop, I'm not going to get started. So we literally put a 365-day for you because some of y'all
come on.
did the 5 days and your whole life changed. Some of y'all didn't do every day and your life didn't change. So I got the same content out. We doing the same podcast. We doing the same church service. But some of you, because you weren't doing it every day. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you every day. So I want you to go to UOU365.com. For those of you who like Dan Campbell, I need Dan Campbell. That's me. That's CJ. Like, that's Maul. Maul was a cop, y'all. A doggone cop. Carl's parents was, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I'm saying Carl's parents, were educators. Now, educators should make $150,000 a year. Unfortunately, they don't. But we all come from where you come from. You feel me? I want you to hear it. We all come from where you come from. And when you have a coach that's played the game, when you have a coach that's been coached and wrongly coached, when you have a coach that wants to succeed as bad as he wants to breathe, when you had a coach that played for the same team that you played for and was able to figure it out, now he's able to come back, and that's what we're trying to do for y'all. See, I want to say this before we get out of here. You got something else? Because I want to drop a bomb real quick, but I don't want to, if you got this, you want to stay on this, let's go. But I want to drop a bomb before we leave.
No, I'm good. Go ahead, drop it.
Let me drop this bomb, and then we're going to let y'all get out of here, right? 2 bombs. Okay, the first one ain't a bomb. The second one is a bomb. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the bomb. The first one is the reason I feel so good about this season. I'm not CJ. I saw us in 91 do it. I saw us win a game. I saw us get to the NFC Championship. I saw us lose the NFC Championship. I saw us come back the next year and get rid of the quarterback that took us 12-4. I saw that. I saw him get rid of my man, Eric Kramer. I saw him get rid of Eric Kramer. They sent him to the Chicago Bears, I believe. They got rid of him. They brought in, what was my man name, C? He was the backup to Dan Marino. He was the backup to Dan Marino. And then he had won a couple games because Dan Marino, I think, got hurt. Huh?
It wasn't Scott Mitchell?
Scott Mitchell. Was that him? Scott Mitchell came in. I think that's him. Came in from Miami. Garbage. What's my man name? Trash. Bubba. What's Bubba name? Bubba what?
Bubba Dub.
Bubba Dub. Trash. Listen to me, y'all. What makes this different is I'm not even tripping on what happens or not happens. I would love to go to the Super Bowl and win it. But what I see is that we're going to have this team. We're going to be winning for a while. That's what I see, y'all. We're going to be winning for a while. You can tell that this is not a one and done. You can tell this ain't an accident. Dan Campbell has put together a squad that's out of this world, so much so I saw a meme that's talking about where these teams are going to get coaches from, and two of our coaches, they're already saying they're going to be head coaches for another squad. Now, I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I'm trying to tell you that's what we've built, that this thing is about to be a system. Now, here go the bomb. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb when you turned me. This the bomb. This is why you got to fool with us. UOU 365. All right? Go there. And we made it. We made it so reasonable. You're going to get 365 days with your boy, the book, the audio book, me doing like coaching you, giving you instruction. I got Maul going deep in there. I got some of my homies across the country who killing it, women included, that is giving you some content every day. You're going to get that energy from me every day, and then you're going to get specific instructions on what you need to do for 365. Then your babies can listen to it. Here's the bomb I want to drop on y'all. Here's the bomb I want to drop on you. Be careful what you pray for. Be careful what you pray for. This is why we bring God in the equation. This is why Jeremy Anderson is talking about God at the end of day one and doing an appeal. And this is why every conference he baptizing people. Why? Because we believe in God. And here's why we believe in God. We are not wise enough to know what we want. We're not wise enough to know with path. Lean not into thine own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. E.T., what does that have to do with the Detroit Lions? Everybody from the city of Detroit, everybody around the world that's from Detroit lives somewhere else. Everybody else that was rocking with Detroit said, we got robbed. We got robbed. That's what everybody said. They robbed us. We should have been the 2 seed. God orchestrated it. God allowed us to get robbed. Huh? I'm talking to somebody. I know you know where I'm going. He dropped the bomb. God allowed it to happen. All things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and call according to his purpose. Listen to me. I was like, come on, Kyle. Y'all just gonna, come on. How y'all gonna rob them? We did not get robbed. A setback is a setup for a comeback. We still playing 2 games at the crib. The only reason we wanted to win the 2 seed is because we thought if we won the 2 seed, we'd have 2 games. The way God orchestrated it, we still got 2 games at the crib. It still worked out because now we don't got to play Green Bay, who beat us at the crib. Now we get to play, we get to play the Rams. Now, I'm not saying the Rams was the weakest team in the land. I'm just saying that it was a great matchup. Somehow the football gods knew that the Rams was a better match.
And can I say this too, E?
Oh, please say it.
I don't want. Listen. I don't want. I know you dropping your bomb. Hold the bomb. But let me take you one step further because I didn't even think about that. So just practically. So E said it. We were up. Had we beat Cowboys, we probably would have had a 2 seed. Well, the Cowboys lost, so we move into the 2 seed and get 2 home games regardless. Now, here's the other fact: faith without works is dead. Everybody told us after we lost to the Cowboys, we had that last game of the season against the Vikings. You know what they said, E?
It don't even make sense to play.
Don't even make sense to play your real players. Why? Because the Cowboys is going to beat the Packers anyway. You already got that seed locked up. You got the 3 seed locked up, and you ain't going to get 2 home games anyway. But faith without works is dead, and they went ahead and played the game with the starters and won anyway. So I'm saying we still had to do our part.
We are still had to play. And we thought we lost our doggone one of our best weapons, who it turned out not to be as bad as we thought, and he still played in the game. And he get the rest, and he gonna wreck. Come on, somebody.
UOU365.com, man. Join us every single day, man. Get that coaching. Listen, some of y'all, man, you wake up, you on Instagram every day. Yeah. You on Twitter every single day. You on TikTok every single day. You looking at CNN every single day. Listen, man, you got to combat some of that foolishness, bruh. I'm telling you, the amount of, bruh, it does something to your spirit when you hear testimonies of people winning. When you hear E going in. Like, it's something about starting it's like Wheaties, bruh. It's like Wheaties, breakfast of champions. When you waking up in the morning and getting fueled up. When you getting that information, when you in the community. The other thing we didn't even talk about, E, is that we got our type of people on our team. I love it. Let me tell you how good it is to be around our team. We had a conference, not the last one, the one before. E, I promise you, bro, a lady came running in like maybe 30 minutes after the conference was over and was like, oh, my God, I left my purse sitting in the seat.
Not a purse.
I told her, you know what I told her? I said, hey, do me a favor. Relax.
Yeah,
I
relax.
said, you good. We don't even attract that kind of energy. I said, it ain't a soul at this conference who will steal something out your purse. She went to the back. The team had found it, took it to the back. I said, look through your purse. She said, it ain't nothing missing.
Amen.
I said, we don't even attract that kind of energy.
Amen.
Some of y'all, you in the wrong kind of energy. You in the wrong kind of community. You need to get around like-minded individuals who pushing towards a goal, who helping each other, who want to see each other win. Get that kind of information that's going to change your life. UOU365.com. The Detroit Lions. Y'all. Hopefully we continue this winning.
Come on, see, you got to do it, though. Don't play me. You got to do it. Come on, give me the score. Give me the score.
Oh,
Who you got?
Yeah, I got
Lions, you. Bucks.
Yeah, Lions, Bucks. I'm going to go Lions 27.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bucks 21.
Good. I'm going 28-21. I'm going 28-21. Who you got? Right. Who you got? Let's go. All the way. 49ers, Green Bay Packers.
I can't pick against the Niners. I ain't gonna lie. The Niners is like that. I think the Niners win. I think in the other conference, I think Buffalo beat Kansas City for once, man. I think Buffalo get them, and then I think Baltimore wins.
Yeah.
So that sets up a Final Four. Buffalo versus
the
Baltimore.
Ravens.
I take Baltimore. I take the Lions over the Niners in a shocker. I'm talking about 31-27. And I got my Lions in the Super Bowl. We'll save that pick, E. Baltimore versus Detroit in the Super Bowl. I'll save that pick for
say that pick. I'm going I'm going Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay, Detroit.
Ooh.
And Green Bay finally loses to Detroit. We get over Brett Favre. We get over Aaron Rodgers, and we start a new chapter in the NFC North. And then we come back the next year and we beat them again to show them we restored the roar.
Come on, man. 32
we restored
years,
the roar. Hey,
32 years.
I see you in Vegas. You know I already called Marquay. I already made the phone call.
Oh, yeah.
I see you in Vegas. Hey, let me do this, though. I want to pray. I want to pray before we get out of here. I want to pray for those of you, like the Lions, it's taking you a lot longer than you think.
Yeah,
and you're starting to get discouraged. You know, you're starting to get discouraged. And your wife is starting to get discouraged. and your siblings and your parent, your church family. Like, people are starting to doubt you now. I'm praying for you. People are starting to doubt you. Like, you're just gonna be a S.O.L for the rest of your life, right? Same old lions. That's what they're telling you, and it's starting to penetrate. It's starting to affect your ego. It's starting to affect your ego. It's starting to bruise you a little bit emotionally, and you find yourself, from time to time withdrawn, and you feel some kind of way. Now, you're not telling people you feel in some type of way, but it's obvious that you change your energy. And I want to pray for you, and I want you to know that trouble don't last always, right? That 2024 can be and will be your year if you do not lose faith, you do not lose hope, you do not give up. And I also want to say to somebody out there that a missed call is not a missed call. I just want to say to somebody out there that a missed call is not, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That a missed call is not to your demise. That the missed call is going to set you up for success. I want you to know that. That divorce is about to set you up for success. That miscarriage is about to set you up for success. The failed bar exam about to set you up for success. I just want you to know that while the enemy thought that by making that situation happen, that he was going to give you the L actually turned into a W. I just want somebody to know, that even when the refs cheat on you, even when they lie and say you didn't report properly, I want you to know that even though you scored the touchdown in life and they took it from you, you actually went through the process, you did it properly, they still didn't give you the job. They still took back the settlement. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. I'm here to tell you that man does not get the last laugh. I'm here to tell you that God is still running it. And how does CJ and I know? Because the same God we're going to plead with to bless you is the God that already blessed us. And we want the God that has been blessing us to bless you. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, show yourself mighty. Show yourself strong, Lord. Somebody is tired. They're ready to give up. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Those that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings of eagles. They shall run and not faint. They shall walk and not get weary. Come on, Holy Ghost. So we want to wait on you, Lord. Somebody ready to quit. Somebody need to send this prayer right now to somebody they know. They're ready to quit. They're ready to give up. It's been 10 years. It's been 20 years. Come on. Y'all already know the story. It took 12, but the 12 turned into a master's and a PhD. Trouble don't last always. Losing don't last always. S.O.L don't last always. And so, Lord, help us not to quit before our breakthrough. Help us not to quit before our breakthrough. And then somebody has been robbed by man. Robbed. Took their wife. Robbed. Took their job. Robbed. Took their opportunity. Robbed. Took their idea. Robbed. Robbed, Lord. And the courts wouldn't stand up for him. Nobody would stand up for him. Lord, the Bible says that Daniel was being held up and Mike the came and stood up. Come on, God. You stood up before. I need you to stand up for that person right now. That person in tears. That person that feel me. They got robbed and they bitter and they hurt about it. They got robbed. That was their artist that they discovered. They got robbed. That was their song that they wrote, and nobody gave them credit for it. They got robbed. They came up with that PowerPoint presentation. They came up with that invention. They got robbed. And somebody else took the money, and somebody else took the credit, and somebody else got the raise, and somebody else got the promotion, and somebody else got the award. They was robbed. Help them not to be bitter, but to know in the right time that you will stand up on their behalf and you will bless them indeed. So we love you, we praise you, we worship you, we honor you and adore you. Be with that mother that lost her child. Be with that father that lost his mother. Be with that person that was diagnosed with cancer and heard, this is it. We can't do nothing else for you. Go home. Let them know, who shall believe in the report of the Lord? And so economically, somebody's struggling, Lord. They've never done this bad before. They have never been in this situation before. They always had means. Help them to hold on, Lord. Hold on, Lord. And I close joyful, 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 Lord. We adore you. I come joyful because I remember, Lord, being in a very dark place. And I remember joy, joy. God's great joy, 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 down in my soul, joy, unspeakable joy. Replace that darkness. And so replace their darkness with your light, Father. And we'll be so careful to give you all praise, honor, and glory. In Jesus' name, amen. I almost messed that prayer up by throwing the Lions. I almost messed the prayer up by throwing the Lions.
God with the Lions. And if this weekend, Lord, if you got one extra blessing in you, Lord, reach down and touch Ford Field for us. Hey, man, next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming with the Beijing sensation and 9 to 5 millionaire. E, appreciate you jumping on this Emergency Lions podcast. We love you. We out of here. We'll see you
next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.